You have dropped too low. Yeah. No, but it's funny because like the dude, he's got pretty good micro, game flow, unit choice,
Looks
etc.
like my Twitch Prime was just sitting
Ooh,
there,
you don't want to do that.
collecting dust. So, I figured, why not invest it in peak entertainment?
That's gonna pay dividends.
Performing arts emoji, fire emoji, enjoy the free Bezos bucks.
Good choice,
Legend.
thanks Schnitzel.
Keep being awesome.
Yo, Cupemont, Pottermont, thanks for the primes. But yeah, you can be that good, 2000 MMR, which is really, really good, and still make wrong decisions, like thinking that you're supposed to attack into a tier 2 Mass Dryad guy. Hint, you're not supposed to. As a spin on the coaching thing, do you consider getting coaching in an
Same
off
as
race
the
yourself?
other guy less than 3.
Cheers. Thanks, Champ. When do you go dry ads versus mass bears? I don't know. I only know when the elf is choosing it, what I should do as an orc. Yo, the Cyan Dog. Thank you for the prime. I think when the game is messy and you're both very behind, it's better to overwhelm with mass dryads than try to run all the way to bears. That's why I did it this game. Sir, would you be willing to watch a replay of mine? Yep, link it to me, Bidol Holly. Link it and I will watch it. Okay. You are Bedol Hall, Orc versus Night Elf. Excellent. Wahoo. Tuned. Thank you. What was his win condition? Like I said, go to 60 population with Demolisher. 1 demo, 1 Kodo, 58 out of 61. Are Mass Dryads better against Undead instead of Mass Bear? Nah, you need the bears. Otherwise your hero get nuked and what are you gonna do? Do you see my health?
Ready to work.
How do I beat bears as Orc? Grunt, Raider, Walker. Maximum 2-3 Raiders. Then Kodos non-stop. It's not good to just have like 3 Grunt, 2 Kodo. That doesn't work. You need 3-4 Grunts, 2 Raiders, 3-4 Walkers, 2 Kodo. That's your 60 pop army. Are you planning to continue your Hero Spotlight videos? I will when I get some time. I don't have time to do them right now.
Ready to work.
I'm sharing all my free time with my wife instead of mass prepping YouTube videos. Because WoW season and Warcraft 3 OnlyFangs tournament took all of my free time. Giving, such a nice guy. He's giving his time to the person he spent his life with. He chose to spend his life with. Wow, so generous. Yeah, we're spending it together. It's great. But I gotta say, I'm like, I drove myself a little bit too hard recently. I'm like semi-burned out, not from anything in particular, except from the lack of breaks. That's it. It's not you guys. It's not the game. It's not my dog. It's nothing. It's just I didn't take enough time off. In fact, I took no time off. So I'm a little burned out from that. I think I should take a day off soon, but I can't take a day off soon, so I'll do it Monday maybe. Yeah, it's Tyler's fault. What did I do wrong? He hates us. Okay, Bidol Hall. My first advice would be follow a build order. You're not, which is why there was a 20-second discrepancy between when Altair and Burrow finished. The reason this is good is because a build order is like a manual that teaches you what's efficient. I don't know if you're like a rebel, like an anti-build order lover. If you want to figure it out by yourself, then that's fine. But if you want to find an efficient way of doing it, and you watch any replay or VOD, or you watch any of the build orders that I have in my Discord channel, you will never see this at these timings. Because the timing doesn't make that much sense. This Burrow is very vulnerable. Burrow is vulnerable. There could be a footman here in your worker line that you cannot defend against with Burrow. Your Burrow was 20 seconds too late. You know, you have mirror image and no damage on your blade, but you're making a shop. You need shop when you take damage, but you already solved it by going image. There's all kinds of things that don't make sense, and I'm sure we'll see more. My guess is your next Burrow is going to be here. Right? But that's not where I built them. There it is. It was close. It's your bestiary. Let's look at some other things, just kind of broad strokes. You use Crystal Ball to scout.
Research complete.
You know what this means? The guy tried to farm this and died. Wait, let's watch it. This is so good.
Ready to work. Complete.
Oh, so I'm on the wrong vision. Let's watch again.
We shall have revenge.
I stand ready.
Thanks.
I also forgot to turn off
since
immolation.
So many years less than 3.
This guy wasted 100, 200 mana on immolation without using it. This is actually the reason that I don't have immolation in my Night Elf beginner guide. I switched back to Mana Burn Evasion. Is immolation more efficient? Yes. Do the pros use it? Yes. But is it suitable for sub 600 MMRs? No. What MMR is this game? Like 400, like Sun Glitters level? Below Sun Glitters, maybe.
I stand ready. I stand ready. Upgrade finished.
Research complete.
You mean 6 feet under, Rosia?
Want to see some? We're under attack.
Okay, here's my next piece of advice. You're making shamans. Shamans are a counter unit. They are not a proactive unit. This means you cannot make them every game. You, as a 350 MMR player, are not going to be able to make use of what shamans can offer. Unless you go to tier 3. You will not make good use of Purge and Lightning Shield. Because your APM and your game understanding are limited. Which is fine. I recommend not going shamans at all. If you do go for shamans, go to tier 3, get Bloodlust. That's very good for newbies. Go tier 3, Torrent Bloodlust. Don't get Spirit Walker Adept Training. I'm pretty sure you will never use this either. The units you should make are Grunts, 1 Kodo, Headhunters and Berserkers, Wyverns, Torrents, and Shaman Bloodlust. And not in that order. Let me make a list. Can you take a screenshot of this? Your best units are Torrents, Headhunters, Shamans with Bloodlust. 1 Kodo. This is what you want. Don't make at all tier 1, tier 2 Shamans. Like without Bloodlust. Don't ever make this. No Doctors. No Walkers. No Demolishers. No Wyverns. No Raiders. And you should do Blade, Shadow. Sub 500 MMR unit advice. Lightning Orb. This is how you should play. And you should play Mirror Image plus Crit plus Heal Wave plus Hex. These are your spells. Open with Grunts is okay. Yeah. These are the units you're allowed to make. You're not allowed to make these. I think Wyverns are not good sub 500. You know why? If a Wyvern comes out, it's going to automatically attack archers. And it will just lose to them. It will die in 1 second because archers will auto-target them. Just watch. It did okay here. This was an above average value Wyverns. Alright, you're allowed Wyverns too. Maybe Wind Riders. They're just kind of bad in general, so it's usually not a good idea, but okay, you're allowed them. Yeah, this is why sub 500s are not allowed to use Walkers. None of these are in corporeal form, so none of them are actually attacking. He made 12 population, 1000 gold investment to do 0 damage. And he's not using Spirit Link either. Why does he call Wind Rider Wyvern? They were called that recently. They changed it at the end of 2003.
Work complete.
Nice, tiny Great Hole usage, good.
Ready to ride.
You partially lost this game because you didn't read the tooltip of Spirit Walkers. They're not doing anything in ghost form. They can't attack. You see, they don't have an attack. So yeah, my tips are improve build order, stick to half the units as below. Yeah, those are the main 2 tips right now. Oh yeah, and get get reinforced defenses. If you build your burrows like this, it's very crazy, but at least get reinforced defenses. No bats. I have seen that people at low MMR cannot use bats properly. Strangers from distant lands, friends of old, you have been summoned here to answer the threat of Grubby. Warcraft 3 stands upon the brink of destruction. None can escape it. You will unite, or you will fall. Each race is bound to this fate, this one doom. Grubby, I don't want to spam this request, but I sent you a replay of my game against Elf. No, you didn't. I don't have any replay. If you could say that, you could just link it to me instead. Just link it again. Yo, Cosmic Tater, Shunko Derura, Nesk, Kit Bulombardi, D Shubi. Thank you for the subs. Can you suggest a general idea for an undead base layout? Watched replays of different high MMR players. They're all different. Yeah, I'll show you now. I'll boot up the game. Sec. Annie finished the TFT Alliance campaign today with dope. Nice. Hope she goes back to multiplayer. It's in your whisper messages. I don't read whispers.
Yo! HFGL with Warcraft 3.
Whoa, you got level 3-3 against 5-5. So you lost hard. What's the question? Yo, Belgadon, thanks for the 52 months. Guys, Heroes of the Storm is on Game Pass since today. Pretty cool. I predicted this, by the way. Captain Yarrow. Yeah, I will. Thanks, Yarrow. What does it mean? Is it not free already? It is free already, but right now you can only play it through Battle.net Launcher. Not everyone likes to get Battle.net Launcher. Game Pass and Steam are other options, so it allows more people to discover about the game. It's some publicity as well. It also holds meaning that Blizzard would do that Microsoft Blizzard would do that. Because it means they have to keep the game updated and keep it interesting. It makes it more likely for future content. It also means they are also giving 30 heroes for free when you play it via Game Pass. So there is an incentive. So overall, it's even more free now than before. It's great. Okay, when you're building your base as undead, you want to have a couple of things in mind. Ziggurats are a hard building that when they touch the trees, none shall pass, even acolytes. So it's a full wall off. This is generally a bad thing. When acolytes get attacked, they want escape routes. If you were to do this, no one can get in or out, literally. So you generally don't want to do this. Because it means if your acolytes get attacked or if you get Zeppelin dropped, they're toast. They can't get away. Additionally, even a semi-wall like this is generally undesired. This is a single gap opening. It means that if an enemy sends in 6 footmen and then holds the door here with 1 footman, again all the acolytes are toast. Okay, so what do we want? We want to have 1 gap openings. Don't touch the trees. So go until it's red, then not red, and then 1 more gap. That's where your first cigarette can go. Your next doesn't touch. It doesn't touch like this. 1 gap again. The next 1 gap, and the next not diagonal touch, also 1 gap. Okay, now acolytes can go in and out everywhere. Now why do all the ziggurats go between Necropolis and Goldmine? It's because this is the most important area to defend. So any Nerubian towers you make, any spirit towers, they will protect your Goldmine, and acolytes, as you can see, are exposed, unlike in Night Elf. So you don't want to expose the acolytes to someone being able to waltz in. If you were to build your base like this, like if this is literally your base, someone can just walk in, go straight for the acolytes, without the risk that they get surrounded when they go back out again. So you don't want to do this. But what do you want to do? For every map, you kind of need to know the layout or get good at detecting it early. You want to build your buildings in a way that core buildings are protected outside of just acolytes. So what are the biggest threat buildings to lose? If you lose altar, you cannot go tier 3. And if you lose shop, you cannot make statues. If you lose crypt, you can't make ghouls, sure, but crypt is very tanky and cheap comparatively. The crypt costs only 50 lumber, total cost 250. The altar costs 230, so essentially it is cheaper. But as I said, it's important. Also, if you look at the altar HP and the crypt HP, altar is 900, crypt is 1300. So even though the cost is 230 versus 250, the HP is 900 versus 1300. So crypt actually has more HP per dollar. So the crypt is generally more okay to lose than the altar. The first thing you do as an undead is you send all 3 acolytes to gold, and you send your lumber to wood. You send your gold to lumber. Then you pull one of those acolytes, and you immediately build 2 buildings, crypt and altar. So where do you do it? You could do this and then this. You could do this and then this. But we want altar to be protected. But as we do all that, we also need to keep in mind that we need 4x8 space, a 4x4 for a shop, and a 4x4 for the graveyard. And the graveyard wants to be next to a lot of trees. You don't want to build it here. You don't want to build it in front because the ghouls are going to be mining close to it. If you build it in front, then the ghouls can die to an attacker comes in, stormbolt focus, boom, ghoul dead. So usually the ghouls like to be sheltered to the back. Then we touch a ziggurat, then we gap the other ziggurat, and then a shop could be on the other side. Now this isn't super ideal because a hero fits here. This is a 1 gap between ziggurat and shop. Only ziggurat is such a hard building that if they touch... okay, I don't know how to say this, but... If a ziggurat and a shop have 1 gap, heroes can go. If 2 ziggurats have a gap, heroes cannot go. So usually, you would want 1 more ziggurat gap So not here, but here. And then make the shop touch it. So now heroes cannot go in the back. So when the game begins, you go like this. Send it all, send this. And then you think of where everything is going to go. So I'll build the altar here. And then the crypt in front. And then I go back. So crypt is kind of exposed. But it also spreads blight a bit in this direction. And I'm going to aim my ziggurats, and I'm thinking my shop will go here, so I want to touch that with my ziggurat so that my shop can go right here and form a full wall off that doesn't allow heroes to get through. Then you make your 5th acolyte. Okay, we're planning our shop location here. Shop needs to be on the back half of your base, like this. Anywhere here, shop is okay. Anywhere here, it dies, and that's bad. But it's better if it's below your necropolis than above. Why? Because default TP location is here. If you double tap TP, it's here. So if that's in range of shop, that makes you safer. So let's build the shop, if we can, to the bottom, just to save ourselves from our own mistakes. If you're very good, you will always aim your TP. You press your TP hotkey, and then you aim it, and you can aim it here next to the shop. But if you sometimes panic, you get surprised, you need to double tap TP fast, then you will be here. Hero will be in the middle, then ghouls around, fiends around, hero will be stuck. So it's better if shop is in range. So we want the shop to be somewhere here, wherever your necropolis are, in this area of the necropolis, shop should be. And also we want the shop to be on this side of the necropolis, away from the enemy, towards our gold mine. So the only area that actually covers both of those requirements is right here. So this will be a good shop location. You mental that in your mind in advance when the game starts. And you think of where it's going to go, and you build your ziggurat so that they can touch or diagonally touch. Okay? We'll go into the map, take 3 ghouls. You make the ghouls chop the other side of your shop, and that's where your graveyard is going to go. Even better if your graveyard and crypt are near each other as well. Now, you never build graveyard at tier 1. Never again. But I'm just going to show you where I would build it. This is optimal for lumber location. This is a 1 gap. Heroes can still reach my acolyte. This one doesn't allow heroes to reach my acolytes. So this is where I'll build it. What is true is that later they will cut this tree and there will be more opening up. That can be a bad thing. However, we can build another ziggurat here and that will keep us closed off for a while. There's one exception where you should not build your graveyard like this. In Undead Mirror, you don't want graveyard next to your acolytes. Does anyone know why? I'll tell you why. If a lich comes in, enemy lich, he can summon skeletons right here or here, very close to your acolytes. Not even talking about necromancers. So against undead, it will be better if graveyard is somewhere here and shop is like here and altar is here. I don't know. You have to figure it out. This is why you see a lot of different undead base layouts, but orc base layout is pretty standard, in my opinion, like for high level players. This would be your Nerubian tower. Between these two, this one, both have equal coverage on goldmine, but this one also covers, this Nerubian still covers the shop. Perfect layout.